Well, hello everyone and welcome to a very special video. This video is going to explain one of my favorite items in the 6th generation in Pokemon X and Y, an Assault Vest. You've seen me use this a lot in my, why are my EVs messed up? You've seen me use this a lot in my my sessions, my Pokemon Showdown sessions, and I haven't really gone over many of the sets though. I've covered like the sets and moveset videos. But I feel like I should go over like what makes Assault Vest so good, how to properly use it, and how to properly EV the Pokemon you're trying to use it on. I see a lot of people using this item kind of wrong in that they want to invest like, I don't know, like HP, and then like they want to invest in special defense or something like that with like, let's say, careful nature. Yeah. They want to do something like this, and this isn't really how you use Assault Vest. You don't want to do this because Assault Vest kind of acts like a choice band for your Pokemon, except instead of raising your attack, it raises your special defense. The main benefit of this is, of course, you can switch moves with Assault Vest, but they can only be attacking moves. So it's kind of like another take on Choice Band, Choice Specs, Choice Scarf, but a little bit different. Instead of like being choice locked into one move, you are locked into only using attacking moves. With that said, you don't really want to invest in any kind of defense except HP. You want to put the Assault Vest primarily on things that have, like Conkeldurr is a perfect example. You want to put the Assault Vest on things that have like really good either attacking or special attacking stats, like at least 90, you know, preferably 100, base 100 or better. You want to invest in that stat, like with an adamant nature, and then you want to put the rest in HP generally. What this will do is give you great mixed bulk. Preferably, too, you want something like Conkeldurr that has really good base defense as it is, so it can take hits on both sides of the spectrum, and you want some way to regen your HP without the need to rest or something like that. That's why Conkeldurr is probably the best Assault Vest user in the game, because literally its worst stat aside from speed is like special defense. I'm not counting special attack because you're not ever going to use it. But with its with Assault Vest, it patches up its shoddy special defense, makes it so that it's actually better than its physical defense, and allows you to take hits on both sides of the spectrum. Before, Conkeldurr would have a hard time with like Rotom Wash, like taking a Hydro Pump and being able to live like if it was at a lower HP. Now it can comfortably take Hydro Pumps. Now it can comfortably take Volt Switches. Now it can comfortably take Will-O-Wisp. Well, it always could if you had Guts. But you can pretty much heal up all the damage Rotom Wash is going to deal to you on the special side and through burn with Guts like Drain Punch. That's why this Conkeldurr is so deadly. The particular set I run, I'm going to give you guys my customized EVs, is I run at least this much speed to outspeed any Clefable that wants to be cheeky and put like 1 speed in its speed. Almost said speed tier, that's not right. Wants to put 1 speed in its speed stat, and you can also run something else like, instead of knockoff, you can run Poison Jab and get the 2-hit KO on it on the switch. If it's like specially defensive or offensive or something, you may be able to OHKO it. Don't quote me on that. But Conkeldurr is really strong, and with Poison Jab, it can catch one of its biggest counters off guard through that. I'm pretty sure you can take a Moonblast from an uninvested Clefable as well if it does run more speed than this for some reason. But this gives it enough HP to really benefit from Assault Vest and benefit from its naturally high defense stat. And also, you have enough speed to outspeed Clefable and surprise it if you do want to run Poison Jab. But yeah, hopefully that's a good little example on how to maximize the EVs, like maximize the efficiency on your EVs and how you EV your Pokemon with Assault Vest. Because, like I said, I see a lot of people making the mistake of like not investing in HP at all and just like investing in special defense and like defense or something. I've seen people do that. I've seen people neglect HP and have like really low HP and then, up defense or special defense, and you don't want to do that either. And I've seen people run like a lot of HP and then a lot of special defense or a lot of defense or something, and really hurt the fact that, you know, Assault Vest is pretty much made for tanks. Stuff that can hit hard, take hits, and then somehow either regen its health or go out with a bang. Preferably stuff with, you know, high attacking stats, a good defense stat, and good special defense. There are exceptions to this rule and other good Assault Vest users, but I'm just going to show you some more examples right here now that I've covered Conkeldurr pretty well. Tangrowth is another fantastic Assault Vest user. This thing has the perfect stat layout for Assault Vest. It's, you know, Assault Vest like buffs up its only really weak stat. Like speed really doesn't matter because this thing's so bulky. So it buffs up its like, you know, its weakened stat, and with Tangrowth's amazing move pool, even like, you know, you can go physical with this with its base 100 attack. I covered a physical Tangrowth Assault Vest set on my channel in a video, and then I used this special variant, more specially based variant, in a video in UU, and it did a lot of work. So Tangrowth is a fantastic user. It also has Regenerator, which we don't have selected, but it also has Regenerator, which will heal up your, you know, the HP that you lose, like taking hits and all that, as well as Giga Drain's there to do the same thing. In conjunction with Giga Drain, or if you're running a physical set, you can run a physical set with Power Whip to catch, you know, your specially based counters off guard, like Rion or something. But you can run, or Blissey is another good example. But you can run a physical set as well because both of its attack stats are usable and it gets tons of moves on both sides of the spectrum. But Assault Vest with this is great. You can live, I think I actually calculated these EVs so that you can live a Choice Specs Draco Meteor from, or a Choice Specs Flamethrower from a Choice Specs Noivern. So that's pretty insane considering Tangrowth would usually die to even like resisted strong special hits like a Choice Specs Keldeo's Hydro Pump. You now don't have to fear that as much. This boosts your special defense without the need to invest in it. You can take a hit, then pretty much kill it, OHKO it with Giga Drain, get all your health back, you know, switch out, get a Regenerator boost, etc. Another great example, and this kind of goes against the rule where you don't want to invest in, you know, defenses and stuff, but another great example is the Slowbro. I used this Slowbro in an OU session on a more stally team, and when Mega Lucario was still floating around in OU, this was like the perfect stop to it because it could take any like 2 hits, it could take any 1 hit after a Nasty Plot or a Swords Dance, and it could kill with Fire Blast with just a little bit of prior damage, or you could burn with Scald or something like that. This Slowbro in particular is better used in OU. This thing walls everything, but what makes it still so dangerous is you're not investing in special attack, but the coverage just hits so many OU things hard, like Fire Blast hits Ferrothorn hard. Scald hits physical attackers, Psyshock hits Conkeldurr, stuff like that, and you can take a hit and just land super effective damage on so much. In UU, however, you'd want to, in my opinion, invest it all in special attack and pick a modest nature, and then that way you're bulky on the physical side and the special side, more so the special side. You become pretty much a complete counter to something like Keldeo and can OHKO it with Psyshock. So that's something. You'd also take on Amoonguss better. Amoonguss can't touch you as much if you have Assault Vest and this much special attack. It can't OHKO you if you're like 1 point faster or something. You can 2-hit KO with Psyshock unless it's like physically defensive. Amoonguss might seem like a good user of Assault Vest as well, but Spore is so valuable, you don't really want to like lose that. Plus, it's not that offensive. It has good coverage, some good moves, but in my opinion, something like Amoonguss, if something has a really good move like Spore, really good support move like Spore or something like that, you don't really want to use Assault Vest on it. Some more examples that kind of break the rule. Snorlax. Now, Snorlax is something that already has insane special defense, so why would you invest in it? I mean, why would you put Assault Vest on it, I should say? Well, the main thing is that you can pretty much switch in on any special attack from anything, take minimal damage, and then do massive damage back with your base 110 attack, Adamant Nature, whatever. This is what we call a bulky pivot, where you send something in to take a hit and then force something out. It's like a pivot switch or whatever. Like, you fear nothing. You fear no special attack with this particular Pokemon, essentially. There's something else like this in OU, which I'll go over in a second. But with Thick Fat as well, you pretty much take nothing from fire or ice attacks at all. And this is another exception where Snorlax's base HP is so high at 461, you're going to get more out of it if you invest like it all into physical defense to give you great mixed bulk. Before, that was like Snorlax's downfall, was that any really strong special attack could maim it. That's why I always used Curse in the past. But with this, with Assault Vest, you can afford not to invest in like other stats and just invest purely in attack and physical defense to better take on physical attackers, laugh at special attackers, and do some big damage. You even have self-destruct from the lack of rest. You can't use rest on this. It's a big problem, but you can do something else. When you're low on health, you predict you're going to die next turn or something. You self-destruct, go out with a bang, and do insane damage with stab, because this does like 300 damage after stab. So yeah, that's you know, kind of breaks the rules of Assault Vest users, but it's still really good, and it still invests a lot into attack. But you don't want to invest in HP in this. Normally you would, like if Snorlax's defense and HP stats were like switched, you'd want to invest it all in HP. But since Snorlax's HP is so high, you want to invest it in defense, because its base HP is so high that it doesn't matter if you really invest in it. You're going to get more out of your defenses overall if you just invest in physical defense. Something else kind of like Snorlax is Goodra. Now, this is a set that I don't think it's standard. It's just an example. Goodra is a lot like Tangrowth, except that its physical defense is kind of crappy, but its special defense is amazing. Its special bulk's amazing. Not to mention that its attack and special attack are really good. This is another like bulky pivot where you can send it in on something like Volt Switching. It can send in something like, I don't know, like a Latios or something. You could actually kill Latios. Like, you can take a Draco and then kill Latios with a Draco of your own, and still be at a pretty good amount of health, because Goodra's special defense is so insane. And with an Assault Vest and its great, fantastic move pool, you can take on like bulky waters with Power Whip. You can Outrage. You can hit a physical wall that will, you know, wall all these moves with a freaking Draco Meteor. Even uninvested, that's a lot of damage. And you can get an attack boost from Sap Sipper, even like switching it on a Spore or something, and just go to town and not have to fear any special attack. Normally, you know, you'd want to invest, like if this was Snorlax, of course, you'd want to invest in defense. But since this is more of a specialized, like special, like pivot, this is kind of like, how do I explain this? This is kind of like an offensive Blissey, which doesn't really exist and can't really exist that well. But this is the epitome of like special tank. Another great example is Tyranitar. I'll go over that in a second. But let's go over something else. We've already covered a Mungus that's not that good with Assault Vest because of its fantastic move Spore. Let's go over something else that looks like a prime candidate for Assault Vest, but may not be the best. And that would be Avalugg. Now, Avalugg looks like a prime candidate. High HP, high attack, super high physical defense. You don't even have to invest in that. You might be thinking, well, I can run, you know, an Adamant Nature, run like 4 in Spadef, and then just pick 4 attacks with like Sturdy or Oblivious or something, or Ice Body or whatever, whatever it has. It has Own Tempo, excuse me. You might be saying like, well, I can probably do that and run Avalanche, Crunch, Earthquake, and then like, I don't know, Rapid Spin or something. And yeah, that could work, especially with Wish Support, but Avalugg will desperately miss Recover. Avalugg's one of the few, like, I think few Ice types in the game to actually even get Recover. Ice is a very good offensive typing, but not so much a defensive. So even with Assault Vest on, and even with your buffed special defense, Avalugg is still not going to be able to take a lot of special hits well, like fire attacks in particular will still maim you. Plus, Avalugg's special defense is so low that you kind of do have to invest in it over attack, and that's something that's kind of a no-no, you know? So in my opinion, it's probably just better if you run this particular set, or possibly even a super defensive, like physically defensive set with an impish nature. and really just don't focus on, you know, special defense so much. Maybe put like 4 in there. Don't run Assault Vest, run Leftovers, and you know, just run like Rapid Spin over a coverage move or something like Avalanche, Earthquake, Rapid Spin, Recover would be probably the better set, and just specialize this on taking physical hits instead of taking, you know, special hits. You're not going to take a Fire Blast, for instance. Psychic's still going to do a pretty darn good amount, and without lefties, it's not really going to be worth it. You don't have a move that, you know, helps you recover HP either. So this probably wouldn't be the best choice. It's usable, but I think using Recover and just specializing in the physical defense department is the better way to go. One last thing I want to cover, though, is Tyranitar. Tyranitar is a fantastic user of Assault Vest. You've seen me use this as well. The reason being is because it has a fantastic move pool, as we've already alluded to. We have stuff like Crunch. We have stuff like Stone Edge. We have Fire Punch for stuff like Scissor. And we have like Earthquake and Superpower as well, not to mention Pursuit. So there are a lot of things you can do with Tyranitar. You can even run some special attacks like Ice Beam if you really don't like Gliscor or something of that nature. But what we want to run with this is like max HP, max attack with an Adamant nature, or if you're running like special attacks, you can run something else like Quiet or whatever the other one is, Brave. For the sake of this video, we'll just run Brave. But this is a fantastic user of Assault Vest because of Sandstream. Now, Tyranitar was already known for its like fantastic special defense when a Sandstorm was up, because it does boost the special defense of rock types in a Sandstorm. So this was already really, really dangerous before, you know, when it was just especially defensive Tyranitar with Leftovers and a few coverage moves, but no investment in attack. But now it takes that to an entirely new level. You're like super specially bulky. You are super offensive because you're maximized, you know, in attack, and you have the move pool to hit pretty much anything super effectively depending on what you want to run. This thing is so specially bulky that it can live a Focus Blast from one of the most powerful special attackers in the game in Mega Alakazam. Mega Alakazam will not kill you with a Specs Focus Blast. It will not kill this, and that's a 4 times super effective 120 base power move. That's insane. Granted, you probably wouldn't want to take one, and I think with Rocks up, it does have a chance, or it might be a 100% chance to OHKO you, but that just shows you the special bulk this thing has. You can take super effective water attacks that, you know, other rock types would never want to take, like Rhyperior or Regirock or something. Regirock's also a great Assault Vest user as well. I didn't cover that, though, because it's not really used that often. But it's also a fantastic Assault Vest user. You can just pump everything. I'll just cover it real quick right here. But, yeah, you can just pump everything in like attack and HP. You have amazing physical defense already, and then with Assault Vest, that bumps your special defense up to crazy levels. And you can take water moves that, you know, other rock types would not dare dream of taking, or grass moves even, stuff like that. Special fighting moves, special ground moves. You can take those. Regirock also gets Drain Punch, which is awesome. It has a fantastic move pool. Edgequake, Drain Punch, you know, other stuff. I don't even know what else it gets, like Thunder Punch. You could even run like Iron Head randomly for fairies. I don't know why you would. Or Ice Punch. Ice Punch will probably be better for Gligar and such. But yeah, this is just like a short tutorial, though, like an Assault Vest for Dummies video, to show you guys like how to maximize the effectiveness of this item. I think it's a fantastic item because, you know, before you could always handle physical attackers by, you know, things with Intimidate would lower their physical attack. Burn cuts your physical attack in half, but there's no real way to stop. There wasn't a real way to stop really strong special attackers except for like Blissey, which is a great stop. But with Assault Vest, this pretty much balances out like the physical and special attackingness of everything, so that physical is not like detrimentally weaker than special attacks, if that makes sense. It kind of balances everything out, because now you have a way to handle stuff aside from like Blissey or Chansey or just a special wall. You can, instead of like cutting something's special attack in half with a status, you just put put on a Assault Vest and switch in on it and well away at it. So something like that is a pretty good alternative, if I do say so myself. Really cool item, that Assault Vest. I enjoyed it a lot. But hopefully that was informational for you guys, educational for you guys. And if you enjoyed it and want to see more, leave a like rating. And I will see you guys later. Peace out.